Okay, kids, welcome to Flash tutorial number 1 for lip sync. So we're going to presume that you've edited your files in Photoshop. You've separated the jaw from the main picture, and those are all prepared and ready to go. So what we're going to do now, we've started up Flash, and we're going to import our assets. In other words, the files that we're going to use to make the video. That includes sound and pictures. So we're going to import. Oh, we have to start a new project first, sorry. File, New, ActionScript 3.0. Click OK. Don't have to worry about it. Any of the other settings, the default is fine for this. Then go to File, Import to Library. Now, if you notice the interface looks a little bit different, that's because I have Flash CS6. But the basic concepts are the same, and the menus are pretty much all in the same area, and they function the same for this project. So I've gone to File, Import to Library, and I've already accessed the file where I've saved all, or the folder where I've saved all the assets that I'm going to use for this particular animation. So we have the sound files. That's what these WAV files are. They might be MP3 for you. Same difference, they're sound files. And then I have two people in my project. So I have the basic background, which is the jawless Laurel and Hardy. And then I have the jaws for the two characters. And then at the end, I'm putting an ugly old man to blink just because it's creepy and cool all at the same time. So I'm going to click on the top item, hold down Shift, click on the bottom item. That's called shift clicking, and that will select all the items in between and the ones on the outsides. And then click on Open. And if we go to the library, we will see all these files are now in the library ready to go. So our background is going to be the jawless Laurel and Hardy in this case. In other words, whoever's going to be in the picture with their jaws flapping. So here we are. Now if you notice, this picture is much bigger than the stage, so we have to resize it. Basically what I do is I go over to here, the position and size, and I click on this little chain here. On your version, there'll be a lock and then two braces. And what that does is it's called constraining the proportions. So we're going to click here, which in other words locks the ratio of the width to the height no matter what size you change them to. So I know the width of my stage is 550. So I'm going to change that right now to 550. And then I'm going to click on the height so that the size registers and then changes the height also. So now I have 550 by 427. Well, that's not going to work because I know the height of my stage is 400. So I'm going to change the height to 400 and then click on the width, which will then register the height and then change the width proportionately, and it's 515. So now this will fit on my stage with a little bit left on either side, and that's fine. And you can either do the math, subtract 515 from 550, divide that in half, and that's what your X position will be. Or you can just eyeball it. And my X position is 17.95. That's basically centered. So, the background is set. I'm going to lock it in. And that's the end of this tutorial.